Ladies and gentlemen, the world's #1 sports and recreation podcast, Cheap Heat, is back. I'm your forever 24/7 champion, Peter Rosenberg. Coming to you from Philadelphia, it's the physically large Statguy Greg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then coming to you from Los Angeles, it's 37-35 Dipperstein.
How we doing today, folks? How we all feeling?
We're all good. We're all good. You know, someone suggested just recently in an email or a message of some sort that we bring back the outro to the show, and I didn't hate the idea.
Yeah, no, I like. Listen.
I forget what the outro was. I don't even remember what it was.
Oh, it's awesome. You'd remember it.
Yeah,
you'd remember it. It's Mage. The outro is great. It sounds like an intro, but we've used it as the outro. It's that slow one. It's like actually sounds like a pretty good, like, I don't know, like lo-fi kind of hip hop record. You don't remember that?
I have to listen to it again. I can't remember. My brain is cluttered with. I'm on a 5-day fast. You know this already. I'm on a 5-day fast, and my brain is cloudy. I can't even believe I'm capable of doing this right now.
What day? The listeners will not know the difference. Trust me, Dip.
I'm on day 4, and by the way, I haven't lost a pound because I think I'm consuming more food with the fast than I usually do in general.
How does that? The fast
that doesn't sound like a typical fast.
Yeah, I think you're doing the fast wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm following all the rules. I'm eating the bullshit soups and the bars and the nonsense.
So it's not a fast.
No, it is.
It's a diet.
Controlled. It's like it's controlled starvation.
But hold on. But
it sounds like a diet.
Yeah, it sounds like a diet.
You can't eat nothing. If you eat nothing, you die.
No. My friend Mike Brownshire at ESPN just did a straight up cleanse in which it was water and coffee for how many days did he do? I got to ask him how many. He dropped like 14 pounds in 4 days.
Well, you're supposed to drop 10 with this diet, with this controlled diet. You buy it.
I mean, not if you're having soups and bars, though.
Yeah,
but bars are nothing. The bar is made of air. It's you open up, it's air. You eat the air,
and then you eat the air. Wait, so real quick though, what in this quote fast? What is it per day in the fast?
It's like 1,000 calories a day.
That's not remotely a fast.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I bought it for $250. It comes in the thing. It's like a medical. No. It's like a medical fast.
No.
Did you tell him how much you weigh? Because I feel like that fast might be designed for people that's like triple your size.
Yeah, that's the thing. You weigh 130 pounds. It's probably illegal for you to even get the fast.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, the fact that they call it a fast and not a diet is funny because like 1,000 calories is definitively not a fast.
It's a fast mimicking program for 5 days where you're on a very regimented, like you eat a bar, then you eat like the powder soup, and then you eat like one thing at night, and that's it. It's like, and it's the one thing at night is like another soup. So you do it for 5 days. It's expensive and controlled, and it's
marketed very well because it's not a fast.
It's a very popular one. It's a very popular one.
But it's not working. It's not happening for you, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it is, to be honest with you. We'll see at the end of tomorrow how I feel.
So were you having one of those times, and I can relate to this. I might need to get baby. Were you having one of those times where like you've been trying to lose weight and it's just not happening? So you're like, you know what? I'm buying a thing, and I'm gonna follow the thing, and if I follow the thing, I'll do it.
That's exactly what it was.
Because I cannot stop. I have not been able to like fully pull it together for like 7 months. I keep thinking it'll like get better. I can't pull myself out of it. Like we always have Haagen-Dazs in the house, and at night
I'm buying the Haagen-Dazs. I wonder how Emilio Sparks pronounces Haagen-Dazs. That must be. Oh my! Who knows how that's pronounced?
I think there's an R somewhere. Haagen-Dazs. He's got to put an R in Haagen-Dazs somewhere. My dad loves when we go by the Haagen-Dazs.
The Haagen-Dazs.
I like it. Just his accent just crossed over from Staten Island to like Chicago Polish instead of like, Italian Staten Island
with a little bit of Dutch.
With a little bit of Dutch because the Hagen. What am I going to do with this baby? I might have to do something with this baby.
I'm so hungry right now. I could eat that baby.
Oh, she's delightful. She smells great. I'm biting and kissing and doing it all. She smells delightful. I do feel bad though. Sometimes with the kisses, I have to be mindful because who wants this beard touching them? You know, it's no, certainly not. So we have a lot of things to get to, and Emilio Sparks, aka Hagendares, has given us a rundown again. Now,
Dip, popular demand.
Now, Dip, you obviously don't know about this because you weren't on the episode, and so you obviously didn't listen, and it was on Patreon. But how do you like the fact that on Patreon this week, we did watch along of Collision, and Emilio wasn't there? He missed the watch. This would have been his time to shine. We were watching. Dip, what are your thoughts on Mortos?
The Beast Mortos?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to say the whole thing.
I have an inside joke with a certain someone about the Beast Mortos.
Yeah. You love are you loving the Beast Mortos?
I'm one of the biggest Beast Mortos guys in the biz today. I love Beast Mortos. I've asked to meet Beast Mortos on numerous occasions.
You haven't been able to meet him yet?
No one knows what he looks like.
Is that true? They can't find him.
They can't find. He could be any. If you look around at a group of AEW wrestlers, any of them could be Beast Mortos. No one knows.
No one knows who Beast Mortos is.
Yeah.
But, we had a hunch you liked. We had a hunch you were into the Beast Mortos.
I will be at AEW Revolution this week, most likely, and
really?
I will. Or in 2 weeks, and my goal there is to meet Beast Mortos. I'd like to have a beer with Beast Mortos.
Where is the
do Beast drink beer?
Yes, they drink beer. I by the way, whatever he does, if he eats human remains, if he eats chicken legs, if he eats live rodents, I'll let him do his thing. Whatever he wants to do.
But you're gonna have a beer while he's.
I'm gonna have a beer. I don't know. Okay. Beast Mortos could eat anything. We have no idea what he eats.
That's true.
Revolution is at crypto.com. Staples Center.
I didn't even remember that it's right there.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I think it's a good card. We'll go over it if you want.
Well, it's not complete yet. It's complete.
Completed, Jace.
Complete. I like how Dip just gave us the option. He's like, we can go over it
if you want.
If you want. If you want. Thank you.
Your show.
You don't have to do it.
I'm just you're putting out an interloper here.
No, you're putting it out there. If we want to do it, we have the option of talking.
I'm just putting it out there. If you don't like it, send it back.
Greg, what is the difference between your diet and Beast Mortos' diet?
I don't know. You brought up some interesting points about the live rodents.
Are you eating live rodents?
I am not. And the human remains, which I'm also not eating. So
you're not eating human remains. Okay.
It's possible that it's very similar, but it's possible that I don't want any of what's on his plate. Might be some delicious chicken. I'm in for that, of course.
Yeah.
But the live rodents and the human remains, I'm all out.
Okay.
I'm all out on that. I will be with you.
Will you grab the baby's head? I mean, Jesus. But
holding the head.
You're not holding the head.
You can't see it. But
you're not holding the head. I see the head.
The head does look neglected.
No, it's not. I promise. My hand is under her neck. I promise.
Do not neglect the head.
No one's neglecting a head. But hold on.
I knew when you had a baby, you'd be a head neglector.
If I was a head neglector, I'd be divorced already.
That's a nice looking baby. This baby doesn't seem to be getting any bigger. Are you willing the baby to stay at the same size?
This is the Beast Mortos.
The baby's on Dip's diet. The baby got the diet you were supposed to get. The fast.
That's a nice looking baby. The baby kind of looks like Terry Taylor.
Maya had so much to say off camera, and now suddenly
I'm seeing like a Red Rooster type haircut of this baby.
Little faux hawk.
Yeah.
Things are falling out. The head is clearing out on top. Little MJ is starting to look like big MJ, if you know what I mean. Do you have anything to say, Beast Mortosa? Look, I wonder if she's seeing things. It seems like she's seeing things.
She might be looking at herself.
We should put this baby in NXT immediately.
Yeah.
This baby could premiere in NXT tomorrow.
Imagine she revives the 24/7 championship, and then the first father-daughter duo 24/7 champions.
Oh, that's true.
Are you trying to make this baby walk already?
Yeah.
What are you doing with this baby?
I just set her in this thing that she only started like not hating it. The baby Bjorn. She's just started using the baby Bjorn. So I'm gonna try if I can see if I can put her next to me and just kind of kick the baby Bjorn while she's here. So far, guess what? We're in business.
Working.
Is it possible she debuts on the first episode of Evolve next week?
That would be mage.
Although I got news for you. If Swipe Right says one thing to this baby, we've got problems.
Yeah, I love Swipe Right.
Listen, for anyone who's not familiar with Swipe Right, you'll become familiar next week when Evolve debuts, and it is tremendous.
Everyone loves it. We love a Swipe Right.
You know what I was going to say, by the way?
Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes.
I got to tell you, by the way, SGG, where did you become familiar with Swipe Right?
Well, when WWE did unveiled the ID program for the indie stars, which was like supposed to be similar to their NIL program for college athletes, they announced all these indie wrestlers that they had signed. And of course, they put out an announcement for Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, and their vignette that they filmed. If people haven't seen it, it's still on social. There's a bunch of them. Hilarious.
So you literally just saw that they announced it, and you watched what they promoted, and that was it. It was just
I followed a bunch of the talent, started just watching what they were putting out there. Swipe Right's great.
Well, shout out to Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. By the way, those names are as good an indie D-bag heel names as you could possibly come up with.
And look, the look too. Like the look of those guys is just it conveys exactly what you want it to do. Like you said, the indie D-bag.
I have a hunch, without saying too much yet, I have a hunch that we'll end up talking about Evolve quite a bit on this program. That's a thought that I'm having, that Evolve will get some time on the Cheap Heat podcast.
Well, it's super indie, but I think we'll be in for it.
Super indie. But by the way, we may do just a Swipe Right moment every time, because let me tell you something.
The Swipe Right moment of the week?
The Swipe Right moment of the week.
I like that. That.
Okay, so we have to start. SGG and I only mentioned it briefly on the Patreon episode, but obviously we'd be remiss to not talk about The Rock and Cody on Friday.
Yeah, which we'll get more of this weekend.
We're going to get more of that this weekend, of course, at Elimination Chamber. And Dip, you'll be happy to know SGG was in complete lockstep. No disagreement whatsoever that The Rock's having a presser immediately after was repug. And I'm going to say this to you guys. Listen, if you're not a patron, we understand. If you have a few bucks in your pocket and you want to join Patreon, you should. We did a great over an hour watching Collision, talking about getting SGG's thoughts on seeing some people for the first time, like Chris Jericho, talents he was unfamiliar with. But also we talked a lot about SmackDown as well. And the one thing I'll say about it is this, and I have to say this, and I understand The Rock could crush me in every single way humanly possible, but it needs to be said. If the storyline is going to involve this blurring of reality, where he's specifically going to say, I'm the boss, I run TKO, I'm this, I'm that, then we're blurring reality. You cannot then walk out the door and 5 minutes later go, well, my character when I'm on screen would say, not if we're intentionally blurring the line between the guy you are at TKO and the guy you are in the ring.
Especially Rosenberg, especially because in that moment, guess what? You are still on screen on WWE television. It was blasted out across their socials, promoted by their TV as something in connection with your appearance on their show. You're still on TV.
It's I'm sorry, you can't do it. And the thing is, I guess it was just him. He wanted to do it. I can't imagine anyone else told him to do it. He's the boss.
Yeah, he's the final boss.
And by the way, Rocky, you got a lot of time in the ring. How much more time did you need a microphone for? The promo was what, 25 minutes?
About that, yeah.
Him and Cody probably did 25 minutes. Now, here's what I'm going to say that I'm as a positive. I was interested in the story by the end. And again, SGG was in lockstep with me, Dip. How do you feel about this? I found the I Want Your Soul to be both awkward slightly cringe, and also from a storyline standpoint, interesting. What are your thoughts?
I agree with everything you just said.
Thank you. Thank you. It was cringe, but it's kind of mage.
I just don't understand, like, what he showed up now this week. This was the week that he showed up. I don't know. I just thought it was a little confusing. I thought it was just an odd thing to do. I just think it's always just a missed opportunity for him not to be involved. And maybe he will be, but I just think it's a missed opportunity for him, like, not to just be shying away now from Roman Reigns. I don't know. I keep thinking to myself whenever I see him with Cody, face to face with Cody, in the ring with Cody, whatever it is, talking shit to Cody, he should be doing this to Roman Reigns. And maybe we'll get there one day, but it's just the Cody Rock thing is less interesting to me than Cody Roman.
Same, but it has to be for Cody Rhodes, like a huge vote of confidence, because you think if The Rock is going to come back, he's going to come back to work a program alongside the undoubtedly biggest talent on the roster. So if he's coming back and he is, moving away from Roman Reigns and sort of positioning himself as Cody's antagonist, then that must mean that Cody Rhodes is, without a doubt, unquestionably the hottest talent that they have.
Look. Last year, they started around this time with The Rock, maybe a little bit before, and it was
before, because I think it was like Super Bowl week.
Yeah, and it ended up in a place that we were really happy with, and we loved WrestleMania, and it was awesome.
We love WrestleMania.
So I am hoping that The Rock is around now until WrestleMania, which I assume he will be, in and out of whatever the storyline is with John Cena, hopefully, and Cody Rhodes. And if we get like a corporate champion heel, Cena, Cody Rhodes is the big baby face against, maybe, I don't know, if we get like some version of, Cody versus the Cena and The Rock, or, like something, not in a match, but like, just in storyline. If we get the three of them mixed up together leading up to Mania, I'm all for it. But if this is just like The Rock coming out to do his thing, I'm not that interested in it at all.
It couldn't have been just that, though. I see why at first people would have thought it was that, but by the end where he says, "I'll see you in Toronto, I want your soul," this has to be the WrestleMania story.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's it. That has to be.
By the way, it has to be Corporation 2.0. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense.
And it has to be.
That would be awesome. I don't like the idea that he curses. I don't like when he curses.
Me neither.
Okay, I'm very sensitive to the cursing, and I don't like the idea of him. I turned it off already. You're good. Yeah, my buddy Joey Cross is staying with me for several weeks.
Wait, several weeks?
Say hello to the people.
Hey, Joey.
Joey, what's up?
He looks like Joey Cross.
Yeah.
What promotion is he with again? I don't know.
By the way,
he's debut. I turned it off. You're good.
GCW?
He's debuting on Evolve next week.
Wow. I thought I saw Joey Cross. He's going to
He's going out to get coffee. We have coffee in the home.
No, you don't.
But he's a go out
You have
to get
coffee sweeteners.
Why
and
don't
by the
you
way,
pay $5 and have it delivered to the house?
He's going to Experience LA.
Make sure you park.
Wait,
on
is
the
he
right
going
or the
to
left.
is he going to the coffee bean near your house at least?
I don't know where he's going. I don't know what coffee place he's going. Probably Kings Road. Have you been to Kings Road?
I haven't been to Kings Road.
The where? Oh, he's going down to the country store.
Just down to the market. Oh, just to the store.
Going down to the market. He's going down to the market.
Well, by the way, but that market is a major market. Like it's just going to a market, but it's the Laurel Canyon market. You could bump into anyone.
I've bumped into crazy people at that place.
I bet you bumped into the craziest.
Including Steven Tyler, like 10 times.
Steven Tyler's always at the market.
Always there.
Joey Cross is about to meet Steven Tyler.
Wow, good for Joey Cross. Joey Cross is going to manage Keanu Carver on Evolve in 2 weeks. I'm telling you this right now. He's
I'm-
wearing
I-
a jacket, long hair.
So many people, so many friends stay at my house at this point that it's I'm now like the home for like when actors come to he's an actor when actors come to Los Angeles to do a short role in a TV series. Now
Yeah.
I'm open. My house is open season for acting
To anyone.
for actors.
By the way, you deserve a thank you at the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this is what we're getting for WrestleMania.
I would hope so, but where does it go? What happens now?
Well, the question is, SGG, when does this reach Triple H levels and he's involved? Because this has to be building towards a Triple H Rock something or other. It has to. Triple H can't just ignore the fact that The Rock is now coming down from the TKO board and running roughshod over his show.
He can't. But what does Triple H do? Because Triple H cannot wrestle, and Cody's made it very far without having to be aligned with Triple H or anyone. Because that's the only place for Triple H to get involved, right? Is to come in and sort of back the people's champion, the chosen champion by the people through him and the writers, the creative, of course, and whoever Rock chooses as the corporate champion.
That's why there's so many interesting options here. Like, I mean, what are really okay? So the two choices for Saturday are Cody can say either yes, you have my soul, or no, I'm not your champion, you don't have my soul. If Cody is to say yes, you have my soul, I am your champion, what does that mean?
They're not turning Cody Rhodes heel. That's not happening.
Okay, but I'm just like, we have to explore what it could be.
I'm exploring. That's an exploration.
But if he were to say, like, what does that mean? You're going to be his champion. You're going to. He's gonna give The Rock a match,
or no, or he The Rock protects him in his championship, and he goes out and he's the forward facing. He's doing everything that he does now, but as a mouthpiece for The Rock, right? So all the morals and the like, I love the kids and everything goes out the window. But it's just like The Rock is great, WWE is great. He's the mouthpiece for The Rock. But it's not going to happen. They're not going to turn him. But Dip, let's just say if Cody does join The Rock, and Cody is gonna say I'm The Rock's champion and move forward as a mouthpiece for The Rock, doesn't that sort of open things up for Rock Roman, right? Because would Roman just stand aside and let The Rock choose Cody as his quote unquote champion after he just had a legendary title run and after he's in the family?
No, and I think the only reason they sort of brought Seth Rollins back this week to confront Cody in the ring, I presume, I have no idea, but I presume it's just to keep the fabric of the Elimination Chamber match sort of intact. That all these people are individually rivals, and that's why we saw Seth Rollins be the one.
Let me give you something else to shoot down since you brought out Seth Rollins. Let's say if, like Rosenberg said, Cody does go with option A and he joins The Rock, then doesn't it make sense that Seth Rollins, like Triple H refuses to stand down, Triple H has to do something. Doesn't it make sense that Seth Rollins would be Triple H's then sort of hand-picked champion to reclaim the title for the company? Because Triple H did it before, right? Seth was his hand-picked person to leave the Shield, join up with him in the Authority, and now for the fate of the company, Triple H could turn to Seth Rollins again if Cody decides to join The Rock.
The other option, if he is to say no, Cody says absolutely not, which is what we think is going to happen. Doesn't that just straight up lead to Cody versus The Rock at Mania?
I don't think so, because Cody has the Elimination Chamber is for Cody, right? Jay made his choice, so whoever wins this Elimination Chamber is going to go directly at Cody. And I think that whoever that person is, whether they say it outright before Mania or it comes out that night, but that's going to be the person who accepted The Rock's offer and is going to be revealed as his quote unquote champion. It could be Cena, it could be Drew, but whoever it is going to be revealed, I think, by the time that the Elimination Chamber is over.
By the way, what a nightmare scenario for Dip. What a nightmare scenario that's sitting right out there. Because if you look at the chamber and Cody is going to say no to The Rock, And I think SGG's right. The setup will then be that The Rock will back whoever wins the chamber. That basically means it has to be like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, which I said weeks ago that Drew was
Oh,
going
who,
to win.
so who's it going to be? Yeah.
It's going to be
Cena.
Drew or Cena.
And you think The Rock and Cena will be? You think Cena will? That means Cena's turning heel.
Mage, I love it. I'm in.
I
mean, that would be so great.
It would be the greatest.
Drew
Rock,
and Cena jump up to the top of the favorites though for this Elimination Chamber with that caveat.
What about Rollins?
What about?
Nah.
Could Rollins be Rock's guy? They are very friendly.
I don't know. I don't see it.
I do recall Seth Rollins was also at that Moana premiere, just like Cody was. Those were the only two. The only two wrestling couples that were there were Cody, the Cody family, and the Seth family. Or Lynch family, depending how you look at it. Those
if you ask CM Punk, it's the Lynch family.
Those were the friends that were there. So Seth could be his champion. But I just don't know. Are we going back to Seth and Cody again now? Although they did have quite a series of matches. I wouldn't be that mad at it. But.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it.
I mean, it's not a nightmare for me if Drew McIntyre. It's not a nightmare for me if Drew McIntyre.
No, the nightmare for you is me jumping in and saying, "I told you so."
Well, that's what I'm saying. And also,
that's the nightmare.
It absolutely will be a nightmare for you.
Well, and I don't mean because you don't think Drew McIntyre is a great wrestler.
I think he's a great wrestler. I just don't need him in the main. Doesn't need to be in the main event of WrestleMania.
That's all I was going to get to. Was just that. Do you care about Drew and Cody because the truth is Drew and Cody and Jay and Gunther are just not big enough.
I'm going to say something.
Not for this era of WrestleMania. I don't think they're big enough.
Listen, Drew McIntyre, for all the ish that I've talked about Drew McIntyre, we know
it's a lot.
It is a lot. And I'm going to say this about Drew McIntyre. The one thing we do know about him is that he can tell a great story. He is now capable of telling, as we know from the Punk stuff, in the last 4 years, whatever, since COVID.
Yeah, almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years, which is crazy.
Crazy. Hot Dog Chicken Showdown, 5-year anniversary.
We know that Drew McIntyre.
By the way.
We know that Drew McIntyre knows how to tell a great story. So
he does.
If it has to be Drew McIntyre, I trust him to tell a great story leading up to Mania on that mic.
I think Drew brought the best CM Punk that we've seen. And I think that Drew could do something excellent with Cody. But, and by the way, in a reversal of fortune, SGG has to leave for a work day today.
Yeah.
Our SGG.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
I believe Drew McIntyre could absolutely do something great with Cody. I just think in this era of WrestleMania, those won't be big enough main events. They won't be like, I guess The Rock with Drew McIntyre. It's so random. It just feels random. Like The Rock has people he's connected to right now, and Drew's not one of them. It just feels so random. And also, where are we going to go with Roman? Is it still going to be Roman and Solo? Is that what we're going to circle back to?
No, I think you're getting Jacob Fatu in Solo in some match.
Oh, right.
Match, which is great. I'm into it. Love it.
By the way, put those guys right in a cage. Don't mess around.
I agree.
Can't we just put them in a cage? I don't even need to call it Hell in a Cell. Put them in an old school blue steel cage. I don't care what it is. Put these guys in a cage to go to war. That would be awesome.
Or bloodline rules, or like something that at least signifies that there could be blood.
We can't have bloodline rules again, though. We have bloodline rules every WrestleMania.
Listen, I live by bloodline rules. Okay,
I know.
My whole life is bloodline rules.
But where does Roman go? If Rock is not involved with Roman this time, Roman is going where?
You still have Roman Seth, Roman Punk. You still have that whole thing going on.
So, yeah, I mean, essentially, Roman was taken off TV by Seth. So that means we're getting Roman and Seth this year?
Sounds good to me.
Because by the way, if we're to speculate, let's speculate for a moment really quickly. We're going Jay Gunther. We're going Tiffany Charlotte. Those are done. Then we're going to go, let's keep playing this out. We're going to go
Cena, Cody.
Cena, Cody. Then we're going to go Roman, Seth.
Okay.
Punk, Logan.
Okay.
Drew, Priest.
Yep.
Rhea, we don't know yet.
We don't know until the champ is over.
We won't know until after the champ, and then we'll know Rhea.
And then you got Solo, Jacob Fatu.
Solo and Jacob. Sammy and Kevin?
Yeah, Sammy KO. But they're wrestling at Elimination Chamber. I guess maybe the blow-off will be at Mania. Maybe that'll be a gimmick match of some kind.
Yeah. That they could and they could have like their biggest match ever. Like the two of those guys deserve a one-on-one crazy blow off at WrestleMania.
Agreed.
Like once and for all, it's the end. They do something. KO jumps off. KO does a swanton off the top of the stadium. Whatever. They deserve something. Maybe finally, KO throws Sami Zayn into the ocean off of an aircraft carrier. Something big. You have to end this thing big. Oh, we're in Vegas. They go to the Grand Canyon. He tosses Sammy off the Grand Canyon. We finally see Sammy. No, so maybe that they're going to be involved at Mania. What other women are going to be involved? Are we going to get the end of the Jade Cargill story at WrestleMania?
Probably. Potential. I'd love to see Bianca Jade at Mania.
I know.
We'll see if she's healthy enough.
And that feels too close for that. I can't see it. So we're getting closer, Dip. We're getting closer.
Yeah.
So Dipperstein, any other major takeaways from this week in either wrestling or bagels?
Nothing. I can't think about anything but eating a bagel because of this fast that you claim not to be a fast.
It's not remotely a fast.
It's a fast. It's a fasting system. It's food that mimics fasting. The makeup of the food that you eat eats itself. Like the potassium eats this and this and that. You know what I mean? It mimics fasting inside your body. That's why it's a fast.
And why is this better than actually fasting?
Because it provides you with the nutrients that you need to survive, and and it's supposed to rejuvenate your body. It's a reset.
But aren't you hungry and miserable?
Oh yeah.
So you could have just done a regular. Why don't you just do the fakakta? Water and honey and this and that and nothing.
I'm thinking about the Zemp.
Hey, come here.
Have you thought about it? Tell me you haven't thought about it.
Oh, I've thought about it. Hold on. Every animal has been on my lap during the show. The baby, Rocky, and now Bear. The reason I can't do the Zemp is because if I were to, I would lose weight. It would be awesome. Maybe if I lost the weight quickly, it would be fine.
You would lose the weight quickly.
But if I was on it for a while, when I get off, it's all coming back and fast. Like I just know myself. It would be really hard to stick with anything because people tend to gain it back very quickly because your body changes while you're on it and it's not used to getting as much food. And then when the food starts hitting you, your metabolism, I've heard, can be even worse.
Yeah. But for a while, you look fantastic.
Should we do WrestleMania Ozempic?
I've thought about it a million times.
I can't.
I live in Hollywood. Every person I know is everyone. I mean, it's.
But by the way, you are respectfully, you are the definition of manorexic.
I'm not though. I'm not. I really am not.
But the fact that you would look how you look and say you've thought a million times about Ozempic is
well.
I'm just letting you know.
The thing is, I don't exercise.
Crazy.
I know it's crazy. But I don't exercise. I don't like the gym. I go to the gym the other day. I for the first time in ages, I lifted the weight. It was too heavy. I'm not into this. The weights are heavy. I can't.
I know they're too heavy.
I couldn't agree. Too heavy. These weights.
No, the weights are too heavy. I couldn't agree more. They're too heavy.
They need to quit it with the heavy weights. And then you got the people on the mat and they're doing these crazy movements. What the hell is that doing for you? Nothing. You're touching your hand to your foot. I mean, what the hell is that doing? Nothing.
It's doing things.
It's not doing anything.
Of course it's doing things. This is so you can move when you're older. You have to be able to move.
I'll be able to move.
Oh, Dip, you can barely move now. You can barely move right now. Although when I did need you to go to my hotel room in Las Vegas, let me tell you, you ran like the wind. We never seen anything like it. By the way, speaking of things that are crazy and don't get talked about enough, and this is how we'll close. Dip being his size and talking about Ozempic is crazy. My dad acts like it is completely normal that when he needs coffee, he goes to me, you have instant coffee? And I go, yeah. And I turn the water on. And he goes, no, don't worry about it. He takes a big heaping scoop of instant coffee, throws it in a mug, sticks the mug under the faucet for 5 seconds, fills it with water, jams a spoon in, mixes it for a second, downs it all in 1 second. That is not normal behavior. I just want to be clear.
He doesn't sip
that
it?
is not. There's
hold on. Is the water scalding hot?
No, it's freezing cold.
He's drinking cold coffee, instant coffee.
Cold,
oh, that's
cold,
whoa.
instant, cold, instant. It's barely mixed. He throws the spoon around it 3 times. So he's eating it. He's eating coffee. He's eating coffee on the rocks is basically what's happening.
Parents are starting to do crazy.
No, my dad's been doing that. My dad's been doing it. You're right, but yes, my dad's been doing it. And he acts like it's normal. I'm like, Dad, you know that's weird, right?
I'm hearing parent stories of things that are just going. People are just doing crazy things now. People are seeing their parents do crazy things.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I should be grateful to my parents for is my dad's always been doing crazy things. So it's easier for me.
Yeah. My parents have too, but now it's just a little bit more noticeable that the crazy
they don't
things
care.
are happening.
They don't care anymore. They get to an age where they do not care. There's no need. But I just can't believe my dad doesn't think it's weird. Like when I get annoyed by it, I'm like, Dad, you don't. And he's the same way. This is, by the way, if anyone ever wants to know why there's any addict part of my blood, my dad's way of drinking. He's not a big drinker, but if he's going to drink, he will literally, like, let's say I'm hosting a holiday at my house. My parents never have liquor in their house, really. Maybe they'll have 1 bottle of something, maybe. But I have liquor in my house. So my dad, it's Thanksgiving. Oh, what is it? 3:00 time for a drink. Now, keep in mind, I'm able to laugh it off a bit because he doesn't drink on a regular basis. If he did, this would be really problematic. He'll just walk up to a bottle of tequila, whatever it is, pour it a full glass and drink it. And that's it. Dad, he doesn't even know what a drink is that he likes. He doesn't understand sipping things, tasting things. I once made the mistake of taking a can to omakase. It was like watching Garfield eat lasagna. It's absolutely maniacal.
It just comes, he eats it instantly. Not even like. By the way, I think omakase in general is bullshit. There's the one thing I hate when you go to a restaurant is when, first of all, there's many things I hate, and I've talked about it many times on this podcast. Starting with what happened to me the other day, which is you can't seat the party until the complete party is there, which is an absolute complete nonsense.
By the way, I just saw someone post something on social media, an explanation of why that is.
I assume it's because they don't want some hoarding the table if someone's going to be late and you have to do different seatings or whatever. But I would be ordering drinks. You're wasting. You might be wasting.
I'll give you money. I'll pay for I'm paying for it.
Yes,
I'll spend money.
It's crazy. Okay, but the thing that I hate the most is all plates will come out when the chef prepares them.
I know.
Okay. So now the one thing is coming. It's morsels of food. You eat it. Then the next thing comes. You're waiting 10 minutes. Okay. We eat that in one bite. Okay. I want all the food at the same time. You want to bring all the appetizers
and then bring me all the entrees.
Okay. I don't care what you have to do. Put it under a heat lamp. It doesn't make a difference to me. I don't care if it comes out when it's done. Make sure it all comes together so that we can eat like human beings.
Have you just had a good, plain, regular old meal at Tony's de Napoli before here?
I don't even know what that is.
It's like I'm sure you have this in Philly too. It's the standard family style Italian place.
I don't like family
style.
One of them. I don't like family style.
What do you mean you don't like family style?
I don't like family style. I don't like sharing. I'm not a big sharing dishes guy.
But even just for Italian, you don't have to. You get half plates and get it for yourself if you want. You could get like, for example, if you were to get the lasagna and you get the half plate lasagna, that's a normal entree size. So you get that for yourself. But we went out for my brother's birthday, and it's delightful. Just a delightful.
This is why you're gaining weight, because you're eating these fakakta, these big giant dinners.
It's my brother's birthday. What do I do? I'm going to bring some soup powder. What am I going to do? It's times to celebrate.
If I was invited to your brother's dinner and it was tonight, I'd be bringing soup powder.
Let me. By the way, and let me tell everyone the big secret about Dipperstein. Here's what he does. He goes, I'm eating nothing. And he eats nothing all day. And he goes to the restaurant and he eats nothing. And then he gets home and he goes, I'm hungry. And he goes out and he gets himself a big sandwich
Or
and a bag of chips.
Or string cheese.
The first day you'd fight maybe and have a string cheese. By day 2, he's at the bodega getting a huge sandwich and a bag of chips.
I love that bodega. I can't have you move because I'm going to miss that bodega.
I know don't worry. The overpriced, crazy but delicious bodega of the cinch. We love you guys. Thank you for going on the trip with us every week. Next week, I will have some exciting information to share. We could have shared it today, but I'm waiting until we make an official decision on how I want to reveal this information. But if you paid attention, you may have an idea of what it is. We'll talk about it next week. There's a lot going on. Dip, stay mage this week.
Yeah, stay mage and no omakase for anybody. It's a waste of money.
I love omakase.
It's a waste of money.
Goodbye.